Over many days and sessions, I've created this huge artificial intelligence capable of making all the shapes that we might possibly need. This is supposed to be the ultimate AI that's truly capable of making any shape, any combination of shapes in 4 layers, even with missing pieces. This is a very smart thing to do. However, I've been told that I've missed something really basic. Here I'm using this controller, this constant signal, and I always have to tell it which shape it's supposed to be making. One of the shapes I can select is the current target shape. What I didn't like about this is that every time we reach a new level and the target shape in the hub updates, the constant signal remains the same. I was hoping it would also update automatically. Sadly, it doesn't. We're close to unlocking the next level right now. We're at 12.9 a second and we need 13, come on. We should be there already. And there it is. Level 63 completed, and we now need to make this new shape. So let's take a look at our controller here. Still making the old shape, so I would have to manually click this button. Well, someone told me that I'm being a nugget. In the hub, if we switch to the wires layer, and I can't believe I haven't noticed this, there is this port, which actually really tells you the current goal shape, and it updates automatically, so you don't have to do anything. Well, anything, obviously, apart from actually connecting it to our control unit. So let's do that just now. It's actually pretty far. There it is. It's blue. Why is it blue? Okay, never mind. Now it's green. So I just need to remove this constant signal. Goodbye. You have been with me the whole time. And now it's connected. So we have this signal which updates automatically. Again, as per usual, this signal gets deconstructed into those 4 other signals, each representing a single layer. However, we still only have 3 layered shapes, and we are a couple of levels short from actually having the pieces missing. At the start of the game, we were told that this is not an idle game. Well, I've actually made it to this point, and now it has become an idle game. Now what's this upgrade? Extraction speed. We don't need that. What am I supposed to be doing right now? I don't know. There's nothing to do anymore. The factory is fully automatic. We just need a couple more upgrades, and for those we need the rocket ship shapes and these purple ones, and we've already increased the production speed of those. We've got 4 full conveyor belts of the rocket ship shapes, 4 full conveyor belts of the purple shapes. It would be too much work, effort and stuff to increase it even further, and we also don't even have any more of those pores left in the hub, so that settles it. But it makes me think whether we possibly can duplicate this whole factory. And it's so big, I can't even fit it on one screen. I was thinking that we might no longer need the blueprint shapes, but when I want to copy only half of the factory without the wires, it freezes the game and eventually tells me it costs over 100 grand. So we should have, with those 500, we should have just enough to copy this whole factory, since there's a lot of wires as well. But honestly, if you have an idea for some more automation I could build, please let me know. Or it could simply be an idea for a challenge or a puzzle, even in the base game, not just the puzzle DLC. We've got finally enough shapes to upgrade some stuff, but I don't know which. Possibly the belts. I like upgrading the belts. You can upgrade everything else, but then the belts are the main thing. So you might be mixing and stacking as fast as you can, but the belt isn't gonna take it off your hands, so it doesn't matter that you're fast there. You need fast belts. And the belts seem to be about the same speed, really. I just mean that these are not clogged up at all, and it's not like we have spaces on the conveyor belt. It's just a tiny speed increase, 0.1 increase, that's nothing. I really don't like how long it takes for the shapes to actually start being manufactured. Oh, and we've got new shape. So in the hub, we now need to deliver this shape, again 3 layers, and if we take a look at the wires, the information has been automatically updated. Awesome. That's great, that's really what I needed. How dumb of me not to know that. I can't just believe I didn't notice. Like, I've been here so many times playing with wires in this area. I was just like here, and it's there. Oh man. Anyway, as I was saying, it's a pity that the information has already been updated, but we're still receiving the old shapes because it's taking forever for these conveyor belts to actually clear out. Is it maybe the colors? Are the colors the issue? Maybe they are, because here we're using the double painters and they need a lot of shapes but just a couple of colors. So maybe the shapes that we have here are already the correct ones, but we just don't have the right colors. But they are the wrong ones, I can see that. It's because the shapes have to travel all the way from here, and it takes a while for them to be actually correct. But they are correct, these are already correct, that's the bottom layer, but the colors are completely wrong. So I've got this thought that here, this conveyor belt is pretty stuck. What if I were to make it a little easier on it and actually put a, let's see, put a splitter here and trash part of the paint. That should mean that the painters always have enough paint, but when there's more paint than we actually need, it's gonna be trashed right there. I think that should work. So now it should be faster for the old wrong paint to be replaced. So let's copy this and place it in every one of those paint mixers, right? So those 4s, and we also need to place it in this factory. This is manufacturing the bottom layer, but only if there are 4 layers. So this hasn't been even used. I think this might be a major speed up actually. And now it seems that all the paints are correct, except for a couple, and the shapes are right, which means that they should soon be arriving to the hub. And they are, but still a couple of wrong paints there, a lot of yellow, some green. It really takes forever to stabilize. Truly, I'm hoping that this might be a game changer. There, new level. That's a new shape. So let's take a look. The signal has been automatically updated. We need different colors. And let's see what colors these are. This was originally all cyan. Now we've started making blue, but there is still a lot of cyan in the way. But now it's not so clogged, but it's going much faster into those painters. And now we're at blue only. So I think this should be much faster than before. Let's see here. This is the bottom layer. And there we need red, red and double nothing. Still taking a long time for it to be correct. It's coming from the right, but it's almost clear now. There, that's only red, and the other 2 should be, yes, no paint at all. Which is great, because now this conveyor belt is empty anyway, so that's gonna be even faster next time. Alright, now it's fully red, with a couple of wrong colors in there still. I don't think it can be helped anymore. It's a big factory, long conveyor belts, that's gonna take some time for it to clear up. But now we're done. This is already correct. So those shapes are slowly arriving to the second part of the factory, which is really far. This whole conveyor belt, that's really long. And these colors, still wrong. There's only supposed to be blue and gray, and we were already starting to get that. just as these correct shapes are arriving. So here, this is the last wrong shape, and I think that before it arrives to the last part of the factory, it should already be up to date with the colors. And yes, those are the correct colors, which means that as soon as the correct shapes arrive to here, limited mostly by the speed of the conveyor belt, we're already receiving the right shapes overall. That's great! I love it. Long way to the hub still. That's it, new level ready. Now we need 14 a second. I'm really starting to get a little scared that eventually we might need over 18-ish a second, since that's not gonna be enough. Our conveyor belt isn't gonna handle it. So really, I do think we're gonna have to use those blueprint shapes that we've got and take this whole factory and just copy it. And it's gonna take forever to attach all of these extractors, blue, red, green, stuff like that. I'm just gonna go for it, I think. It's gonna be annoying for sure, but what can we do? I just hate copying this because it's not really reliable at all. I have to eyeball the connections. So I've copied it, and again the game has decided to lag for a second. There it is, 120, and I just think I'm gonna whack it somewhere, wherever. It would be nice if I were able to place it closer to the hub. There isn't enough space here anyway because of this factory, which manufactures the blueprint shapes, alright? And that's actually another AI factory. And what about this bit? What's this here? Okay, those shapes also need it. I'm gonna start from the bottom part of the factory. Now the top part, and I just need to align this conveyor belt at the bottom side. I think this is it. Hopefully it's not gonna mess up anywhere. Let's see, and it seems to be connected. Okay, great. Now the wires, and that's the worst part. Okay, the game really hates this. And that's 70 grand, and I now need to zoom a lot closer and just try and fit this correctly. I think this might be it, but it's just a guess, really. Okay, now let's take a look a little closer, and I think this is it. All seems connected, but we won't know for sure until the very end. What I can do already is connect this wire coming straight from the hub to our new control unit, which is somewhere here. Yes, here it is, there. That's it, we're connected. And now the second part of the factory, the wiring that is, and again just to connect this like this, I hope, I think. Alright, that's connected, isn't it? I think so. Now where's the output? Let's just take a look. Hopefully it's doing something. Not yet. Let's bring it to the hub and then we shall see whether it's actually working or not. Oh, of course it's not working. Why not? Well, because I haven't connected any of the inputs to this. Now to connect all the colors and the shapes, that's gonna be the worst process here. Luckily our new factory, or maybe old factory, is already working on this new shape without us even touching it. And I've only just connected those shapes and all the colors in the bottom factory, just one, and already we're manufacturing a new shape. That's great. And hopefully this factory, the bottom one, should start manufacturing that shape as well, which means that we should have this circle, the top layer, this one, blue and cyan. And it seems it's working somewhat fine, so I believe we might have connected everything correctly in this case. Time to go for the second factory. Another level completed, and I've only just started making those colors right. Maybe we've really sped it up. I think the second factory is also now connected. So it's getting those shapes now, or should be any second. And those should be getting painted, that's great. And we're almost at the point where we've got the next level unlocked. That's it, level completed, and now we need 15 a second. So we're really slowly getting to the point where one conveyor belt is not gonna be enough. And we're still not getting any shapes from these factories, since they know that they're supposed to be stacking together, so they're waiting here patiently. Same is gonna be with this part, where we don't have any shapes yet. They're slowly arriving, but they should be waiting here as well for the other factory, shapes from the other factory, which isn't yet connected to the shapes and to the colors. So again, I need to find a shape which contains every shape. Here it is. That's this one. It has a windmill, a star, a circle, and a square. Now I just need to reconnect those to here. That's great. Now I'm connecting the last factory, and I've just noticed that there are no signals coming into these boys. Why is that? Let's follow this wire. There should be signal here. No signal here either. There's signal on the second wire. So somewhere it... Oh no, that's fine, obviously, because there's no fourth layer, so no signal coming in there. Okay, never mind, false alarm. Okay, I think even this last factory, the last part of the factory, is connected everywhere. So now we just need to take a look which shapes is it actually producing. Hopefully the goal ones. Oh yes, it's working! Great, so essentially we've doubled the production speed of those goal shapes. But this is an interesting image. Is it maybe because the second new factory has a longer way to go? Yeah, slightly, kinda. So maybe it's just a few seconds behind? Yes, it's catching up already. So now we should be able to automatically get at about 35 point something shapes a second. And at this point we are only waiting to see what level 75, maybe 76 is gonna bring us. Because I suspect maybe even 4-layered shapes, but most importantly shapes with missing pieces. I just wanted to take a look at how many shapes of which type are we actually delivering a second. And I realized that we might only be delivering these 4, the upgrade shapes and the blueprint shape, and then the goal shape. But actually, since it takes a while for the AI to catch up with the new signal, look at all of these combinations of shapes that we're making and delivering. There's actually a huge amount of those. That's literally like infinite combinations. Just look at it, they all look exactly the same. Apart from one tiny detail you can't even see. Another upgrade for the belts. I'm thinking that maybe a better way of dealing with this old paint coming into those painters would be to have some logic here and actually read, using belt reader, read this belt and say, are you the paint that we actually need here? And if not, you get discarded. That might be much better. However, I'm still quite scared of using those belt readers. I don't really find them reliable at all. And that's it. We've reached level 76. Now we've got 4 layers, and that is the ultimate test. Can our AI actually make the 4th layer? The signal of the layer is coming to here, so that is correct. Hopefully it should be working just as per usual. So this top factory should now be manufacturing this bottom layer, which means that this should be the unpainted top right corner. Then we have a blue star, then a blue corner, And another blue star. It seems to be working. That's brilliant. And those shapes are indeed correct. Here it is correctly stacking, so it's waiting for the shapes to come from the top. And here we should have this shape, the red squares, purple star, and we do have those here, so that should be correct. And this second factory from the bottom is manufacturing those circles, which appears to also be correct. So it's just a matter of time before we actually start receiving those gold shapes. And in the statistics we can see that we're already making 11 a second of those gold shapes. Now we are at 24.5. It's still climbing. Now we are at 32 and hopefully it should go all the way up to 50 something. But before it gets to those 50-ish shapes, we're probably gonna be through to the next level already. And that's it. We've officially made a 4-layer shape. That was the ultimate test of our factory. I'm really glad to report that this AI is fully functional and has passed all the tests so far.